Okay, Bob? Bob? Bob?
Yeah.
Anything for me? Bob, look at Wayne.
I got some too, Tom.
Pull it together, people. Put it together.
Yes, ma'am. All right. All right. Bruce probably got one too.
Everybody here?
Bruce says it. Here he comes.
Take your time.
Slow down, please. Bruce.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the presentation portion of our meeting for tonight.
Tommy.
We have 3 presentations, and our first one is P 38124. This is a resolution commending Glendora Kilmer upon being named Miss Teen Rodeo New York. This is a presentation by legislators Leverage and Gendron, and I would invite Glendora to come on up front and join us up here at the podium.
Good evening, everyone. Hi. I'd like to read this to you all. It's a very special evening here and a very special award. This is a resolution commending Glendora Kilmer upon being named Miss Teen Rodeo New York. Whereas cognizant of the hard work and steadfast commitment by some of the exceptional youth in our country to excel in competitive sports, it is consistent with the duty of this legislative body to recognize their achievements. And whereas agriculture makes up a large part of New York State, and it is also a large part of sports, both agriculture and rodeo need to be protected and advocated for. And whereas Miss Rodeo New York, Inc.'s mission is to select quality role models of integrity, goodwill, and leadership to promote the Western way of life, professional rodeo, in the great state of New York. And whereas Glendora Kilmer is a 17-year-old student attending Averill Park High School and a first-generation cowgirl who demonstrates these qualities. And whereas Glendora is following her dream by becoming an equine rehabilitator, both academically and by working as a vet assistant. And whereas Glendora was named Miss Teen Rodeo New York, and whereas Glendora plans to continue to expand her knowledge and connections in the equine and rodeo industry while advocating and promoting the Western lifestyle. And whereas in Glendora's spare time, she also enjoys training and showing her goats. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Rensselaer County Legislature does hereby commend and offer congratulations to Glendora Kilmer for is a well-deserving of praise and recognition upon being named Miss Teen Rodeo New York. And be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed be transmitted to Glendora Kilmer. Glendora, congratulations very much. It's a unique situation that we encounter, but it's part of what happens here, and you've made inroads and helped our particular community get on the map for what you've done. So congratulations. Like to say something?
Thank you all for congratulating me and the applause. It's a huge honor to be here tonight.
Okay, here you go. Thank you so much.
Good job, Bob.
Our next resolution is P 42324. This is a resolution commending Rensselaer County Public Defender John Chury upon receiving the 2024 Jonathan Gratis Public Defender of the Year Award. And this is a presentation by legislators Grant Maloney and anyone else who'd like to join us up front. John, come on up front.
John, right over here. Okay, Resolution 423 of 2024, resolution commending Rensselaer County Public Defender John Chury, ESQ, upon receiving the 2024 Jonathan E. Gradess Public Defender of the Year Award. As an aside, I know Bob Loveridge and myself were good friends of Jonathan Gradess. Quite a gentleman, and the award is a great, great honor, John, and we're very proud to be here to present a certificate for you regarding that. Whereas it is customary of this legislative body to recognize and pay tribute to those singular individuals who devote their lives and careers to preserving the rights and attending to the well-being of individuals in need throughout Rensselaer County, and whereas Rensselaer County Public Defender John Chury is one such individual whose day-to-day efforts have earned his special recognition. And whereas John began his career with the Rensselaer County Office of the Public Defender on January 4th, 1999, as an assistant public defender, and on March 19th, 2012, became a public defender. And whereas throughout his career, John has advocated for client-centered representation in the public defense system and has served all Rensselaer County residents as a leader on public defense and criminal justice issues. And this is incredible here, this next whereas. Whereas in an emergency situation, the way one responds can mean the difference between life and death. On June 26th, 2023, a member of John's staff was returning to her desk when she collapsed. Summoned by his secretary, John found the employee stretched out, face down on the ground, and barely breathing. John first turned her over, then set her up to keep her from choking. Her respiration had stopped, and there was no pulse. John quickly began to rub her sternum with no reaction, so he then applied solid pressure with the palm of his hand to her sternum, and she finally took a deep breath. Thanks to John's quick response, the employee was able to have heart surgery shortly thereafter and return to work. Take a moment just to applaud John's actions on here, if you don't mind. Whereas this year, John has been selected to receive the Jonathan E. Gradess Public Defender of the Year Award at the 11th annual ceremony, It Could Happen to You Servants of Justice Award Banquet. And whereas the Jonathan E. Gradess Service of Justice Award, named for NYSDA's New York State Defenders Association's first executive director, commends individuals or organizations that have provided outstanding support to public defense. And whereas this legislative body recognizes Public Defender John Chury for his dedicated service to the residents of our Rensselaer County. Now therefore be it resolved that this legislative body pause in its deliberations and most joyously honor and commend John for receiving the 2024 Jonathan E. Gradess Service of Justice Award. And be it further resolved that the clerk of the legislature is hereby directed to transmit a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed to John. Thank you, John. Anybody else like to say anything?
Yeah, I would.
I don't know if you were surprised that we were going to do this, but when you sent me the information that you were receiving this award, and I just think anybody that knows John knows that he is a consummate professional. He's a gentleman, and he cares deeply about his staff. And that was before this incident happened. And I remember the day you told me the story about what you did, and he was very emotional about it. I think everybody was when we heard the story. But even now, he still cares about that employee. He still wants to make sure that she received some recognition recently for completing her paralegal. So that's the type of person John is. His character is outstanding. It's beyond words. And I just want to say on behalf of all of us how proud we are to know you and to be able to work with you. So thank you. Thank you.
I'll keep it brief. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the recognition. And anybody who knew Jonathan Grades, he was a resident of Rensselaer County, and a lot of people didn't know him. But he was an extraordinary attorney and an incredible advocate. He created New York State Defenders Association, and his efforts created the New York State Office of Indigent Legal Services, who provide us with a tremendous amount of funding and support. And it's a tremendous honor to receive this recognition. And on another note, the staff member, thankfully, she had another cardiac event, but thankfully she happened to be at Samaritan Hospital when she dropped, and she's got to have another heart surgery, but she should be okay. So on behalf of her, thank you also. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Your father be
Hey.
proud.
Thank you very
Nice
much.
job, John.
Thank you.
And finally, we have another presentation. This is P42424. This is a resolution commending Mary Fran Wachunas upon the occasion of her retirement from Rensselaer County. Mary Fran, if you'd like to come on up front with your family or whoever's with you, your friends are more than welcome to come on up front. This is a presentation by myself, legislators Stahl and Gendron, and anybody else who wants to join us up front. This is a resolution commending Mary Fran Wachunas upon the occasion of her retirement from Rensselaer County. And whereas, as it is the sense of our unique society to recognize the contributions and achievements of the citizens of Rensselaer County, we praise the career of a woman whose example has enriched the lives of the residents here in Rensselaer County. And whereas such service, which is truly the lifeblood of the community and the county, and so often goes unrecognized and unrewarded. Whereas Mary Fran Wachunas is such an individual, one who is worthy of the esteem of her community, as well as the county of Rensselaer. Whereas Mary Fran was born and raised in Rensselaer County and has remained a lifelong resident here. She and her husband Tom raised their children, Corey and Allie, in Schaghticoke, with Mary Fran and Tom now living in Sand Lake. Together, they have 7 grandchildren. Mary Fran was a 1977 graduate of Catholic Central High School. She earned her associate's in marketing from Albany Business College in 1981 and her bachelor's in marketing management from Siena in 1983. In 2013, Mary Fran received her master's level certificate in public health policy from the School of Public Health. And whereas Mary Fran began her employment with Rensselaer County on March 15th, 1993. Feels like you've been here forever. During her career, Mary Fran has held the positions of social welfare examiner, budget analyst, deputy health director, director of children with special needs, public health director, and simultaneously, since 2022, deputy county executive. Mary Fran has devoted 31 years of her working career to this county, and during those years, she has been a valuable employee and a strong leader. Mary Fran established the Rensselaer County Heroin Coalition in 2016, co-chaired with the county sheriff, and the Rensselaer County Recovery Helpline in 2018. The Naloxone Now, a curbside Narcan delivery system via a texting platform in 2020, and was very instrumental with the mass vaccine site during the pandemic. And whereas Mary Fran's dedication to her position, diligence, and efficiency will be sorely missed by the administration and employees of Rensselaer County. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Rensselaer County Legislature hereby recognizes and commends Mary Fran for her years of distinguished, conscientious, and faithful service to Rensselaer County, and we wish her all the best in her future endeavors. And now therefore be it resolved that the clerk of the legislature is hereby directed to transmit a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed to Mary Fran Wachunas. There really are no words to describe the service that Mary Fran has provided to Rensselaer County. And most of us remember, I don't think there's anybody in this room who hadn't called her, who didn't have her cell phone number during the pandemic. She really got us through some very scary times, right when things were first starting. We went through the masked time and the hand sanitizers and how are we going to get all this stuff out to our community. And it was because of her that this was handled so well and so professionally and with such grace. I think in the midst of all of that, there was a lot of obviously anxious people in the county, and you just handled it well. You handled phone calls, your staff handled phone calls from all types of people. So we wanted to say thank you for that. But beyond the pandemic, it was the day-to-day stuff that Mary Fran handled in the health department and also in her role as deputy county executive. And that's quite a plate to fill on a day-to-day basis. So on behalf of all of us, we miss you already. We wish you all the best. You deserve happiness and some peace and time with your family and your grandchildren. And we just want to say thank you so much for everything that you have done, literally, not just for all of us, but all of the residents of Rensselaer County and beyond have been serviced with your help. So thank you very much. I'm looking at this long line of legislators here, which is so nice. Would anybody else like to say anything? Okay.
I spoke to Mary Fran quite a bit already about everything, how I feel about her, and great job she's doing, and she's the sister of my best bud, Joe, Dr. Joe. But one of the best things about becoming a county legislator was I inherited a great friend in Mary Fran. So Mary Fran, I miss you already too, and thank you for all you do.
So I just want to say, thank you so much for this honor and for all of you to be standing up there. I know that means a lot, being here for 31 years and having the whole group of legislators come up here. So it is a big honor. But I just want to say, I really love my job. And, it's been 31 years. I've done so many different things, but to come every day and to kind of tackle what was in front of us every day, what was the problem of the day. And, it was a very interesting job. I met everybody. I've met a lot of friends, a lot of connections. And, I was in retail for many years. And when my son turned 1, my husband and son, they came to the airport to say goodbye to me. And my son at 1 said, "Bye, Mommy." And I cried the whole way down to Chicago. I was a regional manager for Claire's Boutiques. And this guy next to me, he's like, "I really need to move my seat because you're just crying the whole entire time." And I went into the president of Claire's Boutiques and I said, "I'm going to be resigning." She's like, "Why?" And I said, "Because my son said goodbye to me today." And she didn't even know I had a child. And so, that wasn't the career that I wanted to continue, And so someone said, "How about you work a 9-to-5 job at the county?" And I'm like, "Great, that's what we were looking for." And I became a social welfare examiner, which I wouldn't miss in the world. I was there for a very short time, but it was an awakening that I did know people needed help. And I didn't stay long. I became a budget analyst. And my first day, when I got hired, the budget director said, "Now you're going to be hired August 1st. You're going to be working 7 days a week till October 20th." So I'm like, wow, there goes that 9-to-5 job. But anyway, and my children were only 1 and 2 at the time. But anyway, I really, my career took off. I really enjoyed it. I was like a sponge. I really got to know, one of my departments was public health, and I just fell in love with public health. At the time, the budget director said, "You got to get to know your department." So I went down into public health and just listened to what they did. And I was like, I really want to work here. So that just really started my career. And my job is easy because I have a great staff. My staff has always been smarter than me. That's the way I hire, is people smarter than me. And they really make a difference in my career. So, and all of you, the support of the legislators, not many counties have that. When my colleagues, I talk to them around the state, and I always say, I really have the support of my legislators, my county executive, my administration, and they're like, "You're really lucky." I have a great relationship with our sheriff, and that's unusual across the state. So I really am blessed, and my family. My family has sacrificed so much, me working all these hours, especially during COVID. My husband, Tom, retired a month before COVID hit. And he was there taking care of the dogs and the house the whole time. And now he cooks. So I learned 2 weeks into retirement, I don't know where anything is in the kitchen. And if I put something in a place wrong, like a spice, he knows exactly where it should go. So, but anyway, thank you so much. I'm blessed because I love my job all these years. And now it's a new chapter. I have my grandchildren, Skylar over there in Austin, and I have 5 grandchildren in Vermont. So we're going to be doing a lot of things, right, Skylar? But anyway, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I really enjoyed your partnership. Thank you so much.
Place to be.
You know, we should have got a DVD of all our TV appearances.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah, put it on the screen.
Yeah.
Next one. Do the other side.
I'll be coming to your, Kiwanis.
Oh, right, right, nice. Yeah, good. Now she can be a member, right?
Well, monks are traveling back and
Yeah.
forth, but absolutely.
Good job, Chairwoman.
Do we keep the deputies here because Mark is back there, or what do you think?
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Actually, Darcy. Darcy.
Yeah, I was. I took a picture of it.
So what do you want to do with those two?
With who?
Our deputies that are sitting in the back, do you want me to?
Oh, no, they stay.
Want
They're
them
here,
to
yeah. Yeah. They're here in case you get out of line. Make sure my phone is off. Okay. Okay, it is 6:07. The November 12th, 2024 regular meeting of the Rensselaer County Legislature is now called to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Bailey?
Here.
Mr. Cassell? Mr. Choquette? Mr. Fiacco?
Here.
Mr. Fleming?
Here.
Mr. Genren?
Here.
Mr. Grant?
Present.
Mr. Grimm? Mr. Harrington?
Present.
Ms. Kennedy?
Here.
Mr. Loveridge?
Here.
Mr. Maloney?
Here.
Ms. Nichols?
Here.
Mr. Patiri?
Here.
Mr. Stahl?
Here.
Ms. Weaver?
Here.
Mr. Wysocki?
Here.
Mr. Zaluski?
Here.
Chairwoman Hoffman?
Here.
There are 18 present and 1 absent.
Invocation, Mr. Grant.
Lord, thank you for this day. We ask that you would guide our path this evening, and more specifically, our thoughts, words, and actions. Please be with us to help navigate whatever comes our way this evening. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge of Allegiance, Mr. Grimm.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Harrington.
Chair, I move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of the regular meeting of October 8, 2024, and approve the minutes as printed.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. Okay, let's get on to the agenda. Presentation of petitions,
On file?
presentation of communications,
On file?
reports of commissions,
On file?
departmental reports,
On file?
reports of standing committees,
On file?
local laws.
There are none tonight.
G, 43024.
G 43024, resolution authorizing an agreement with Black Creek Integrated Systems Corporation for the inmate jail management system, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 43124.
G 43124, resolution authorizing the purchase of one vehicle, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 43224.
G 43224, resolution authorizing and directing the county chief fiscal officer to perform the duties set forth in section 554 of the New York State Real Property Tax Law, Real Property Tax Services, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 43324.
G 43324, resolution authorizing and directing the county chief fiscal officer to perform the duties set forth in section 556 of the New York State Real Property Tax Law, Real Property Tax Services, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 43424.
G 43424, resolution accepting and adopting the reports of the Director of the Rensselaer County Bureau of Real Property Tax Services, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 43524.
G 43524, resolution levying taxes and assessments for the 2025 annual town budgets of the County of Rensselaer Real Property Tax Services, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 43624.
G 43624, resolution establishing Rensselaer County Equalization Rates, Bureau of Real Property Tax Services, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 43724.
G 43724, resolution authorizing an agreement with Applied Business Systems, Inc. for printing and mailing services, Bureau of Tax Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 43824.
G 43824, resolution authorizing the acceptance of a grant from the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 43924.
G 43924, resolution establishing the hours of operation for the Bureau of Judicial Enforcement Civil Office, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 44024.
G 44024, resolution authorizing the purchase of one commercial kitchen steamer and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 44124.
G 44124, resolution authorizing the use of consortium contracts, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 44224.
G 44224, resolution authorizing an agreement with Mobile Imaging Ltd. for mobile medical imaging services, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 44324.
G 44324, resolution authorizing the purchase of firearms and associated equipment, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 44424.
G 44424, resolution authorizing the use of sole source provider for construction services at the Troy Senior Center, Unified Family Services, Department of Aging, introduced by legislators Choquette, Fiacco, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G, 44524.
G 44524, resolution authorizing the purchase and installation of a new dump truck body and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Van Rensselaer Manor Nursing Home, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 44624.
G 44624, resolution authorizing the purchase of one vehicle, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 44724.
G 44724, resolution authorizing and amending agreements with the expanded in-home services for the elderly program aging, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Choquette, Fiaco, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 44824.
G 44824, resolution authorizing the purchase of road salt, mineral, crushed rock, Highway Department, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 44924.
G 44924, resolution authorizing an agreement with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Albany County for Project Education Training Services, Bureau, Department of Health, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Stahl, Generin, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 45024.
G 45024, resolution authorizing an amendment of a job title and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Department of Health, introduced by legislators Stahl, Generin, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 45124.
G 45124, resolution authorizing an agreement with City Station East LLC for parking spaces at the former Ahern Apartments buildings, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 45224.
G 45224, resolution authorizing an agreement with Across Country Staffing, Inc. for clinical nurse staffing and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County adopted budget, Van Rensselaer Manor, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 45324.
G 45324, resolution authorizing the acceptance of funds from the New York State Office of Children and Family Services from the 2024 Resource Allocation Plan and agreements with local youth development program providers, Unified Family Services, Department of Youth Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Casal, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Opposed?
15 ayes, 3 abstentions, Ms. Hoffman, Ms. Nichols, and Ms. Weaver.
So moved. G 45424.
G 45424, resolution authorizing the acceptance of funds from the New York State Office of Children and Family Services for the 2025 Youth Sports Educational Opportunities Allocation Plan and agreements with local program providers, Unified Family Services, Department of Youth Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Casal, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 45524.
G 45524, resolution authorizing the acceptance of funds from the New York State Office of Children and Family Services from the 2025 Youth Team Sports Allocation Plan in agreements with local youth programs providers, Unified Family Services, Department of Youth Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Casal, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 45624.
G 45624, resolution authorizing the removal and installation of carpeting at the Rensselaer County Courthouse and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget Buildings Department, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 45724.
G 45724, resolution authorizing the acceptance of funds from the New York State Department of Transportation State Transit Operating Assistance Program and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Bureau of Economic Development and Planning, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Choquette, Generin, and Nichols.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 45824.
G 45824, resolution amending resolution G 36424 for the purchase of snow and ice control agents from the New York State Contract Highway Department, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 45924.
G 45924, resolution authorizing the purchase of highway equipment, Highway Department, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 46024.
G 46024, resolution authorizing the reclassification of 6 positions, eliminating 3 positions, and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 46124.
G 46124, resolution authorizing an amended and reinstated energy performance contract with Siemens Industry, Inc. for the improvements at the Skodak Senior Center, 1800 East Skodak Road, Castleton-on-the-Hudson, New York, Bureau of Central Services, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Choquette, Fiaco, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 46224.
G 46224, resolution providing the distribution of mortgage tax, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 46324.
G 46324, resolution authorizing acceptance of funds from the New York State Board of Elections 2024 General Elections Grant Program and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget Board of Elections, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 46424.
G 46424, resolution authorizing acceptance of funds from the New York State Board of Elections Electronic Poll Book Grant Program and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget Board of Elections, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 46524.
G 46524, resolution authorizing contract extension for liquid polymer sewer district number 1, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 46624.
G 46624, resolution confirming a sewer rent schedule as established by the Commissioners of the Rensselaer County Sewer District Number 1, Sewer District Number 1, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming. This is a roll call.
Okay.
Mr. Bailey? Yes. Mr. Casal? Mr. Fiaco? Mr. Fleming? Yes. Mr. Genrin? Mr. Grant? Mr. Grimm? Mr. Harrington? Ms. Kennedy? Mr. Leverage?
Yes.
Mr. Maloney? Ms. Nichols? Mr. Patiri? Mr. Stoll? Ms. Weaver? Mr. Wysocki? Mr. Zaluski? Chairwoman Hoffman?
Aye.
18 ayes.
Okay, so moved. G 46724.
G 46724, resolution authorizing a contract accepting a grant award from the New York State Office of Indigent Legal Services and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Public Defender, Conflict Defender, and Public Administrator, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 46824.
G 46824, resolution authorizing a contract accepting a grant award from the New York State Office of Indigent Legal Services and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Public Defender, Conflict Defender, and Public Administrator, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 46924.
G 46924, resolution awarding a contract for the general construction phase for miscellaneous plant improvements and aeration system upgrade project, Rensselaer County Sewer District Number 1, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. G 47024.
G 47024, resolution authorizing the sole source purchase of replacement parts for the UV system Sewer District Number 1, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 47124.
P 47124, resolution recognizing December as buy local month in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Grimm, Nichols, Fleming, Weaver, Zaluski, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 47224.
P 47224, resolution honoring Kylie Paul upon receiving the 2024 National Horse Shows Child and Adult Sportsmanship Award, introduced by legislators Choquette, Genrin, and Leverage, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 47324.
P 47324, resolution commending Hoosick Falls Central School upon receiving the national banner recognition for their Special Olympics Unified Champion School programming, introduced by legislators Patiri, Wysocki, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 47424.
P 47424, resolution honoring Alexandria Johnston for reaching the finals of the Major League Baseball's pitch, hit, and run competition at the World Series, introduced by legislators Choquette, Generin, and Loveridge, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. P 47524.
P 47524, resolution adjourning the November 2024 legislative meeting in memory of Assistant Chief David R. Plew, introduced by legislators Casal, Harrington, Maloney, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
18 ayes.
So moved. And that's it for the agenda. Legislator privilege? Mr. Maloney?
So adjourned.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second it.
Second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Have a good night. Be careful driving home.